up and level up at any moment.
Coach, it is a perfect night here in the capital city of Atlanta, Georgia. We've got the roof open, and we are ready to go at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the Atlanta Falcons. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Rodgers now on first down. He'll have a first down, and he fumbled it. It's on the ground, and the Falcons grab it. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
To put it mildly, that is not the way anyone wants to start off a game. You fumble on your first offensive snap. But now what you're worried about is, does that linger throughout the game for your guys on offense? And how's the defense going to handle it? Because no one expects to run out on the field on the first play and have to all of a sudden start to play themselves.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. It's caught. Jones. The pickup there, 5 yards. He can really smell 800 catches right now because that last one puts him at 799, knocking on the door. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. This will be caught inside the 10. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
Ready. 30 base. Let's go. Check 52.
Smith trying to run for it. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That really sets them back, a loss of 6. It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. 2nd and 14. Flush, and a big loss here as he's taken down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock...
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, able to get there and pick it. That pick hurts a little extra because it was 3rd down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
It's what you call a rookie mistake. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Devin Singletary with his first carry of the game. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
At the Falcons' 41-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. He'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. It's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty. Now Rodgers. Jones has it. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
From the 31, Rodgers. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams. His 11th touchdown of the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Crosby connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Keep doing that.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They will run with Singletary. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 40 now on second down. Rodgers, he's going to fire one deep left. This is caught inside the 15. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. They'll run on first down with Singletary. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. That's a jet sweep. This is Adams. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it looking at a 4th down and 2. And it bangs off the right upright, no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So we've seen these be tricky from time to time. You know, you've almost got to cut the ball to make it go through. And this time he cut it a little too much, and he sliced it.
Yeah, and he'll tell you, no excuses on this one. It's a kick every NFL kicker should be able to make in his sleep. But your word was definitely correct. He sliced that one, and he'll miss it wide to the right.
10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
58, boys, 58.
They'll look to throw. He's got Smith here. Not able to go anywhere that time. 2nd down.
To Ito Smith. He's out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Rashawn Gary, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
58, 56, 88, 88.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Takk McKinley, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Rodgers now to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
On third and long, it's Rodgers. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play, and guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive, as it'll begin in enemy territory already.
They're not ready for this. They still 61. Matchbox, right. Football. Hey, there you go.
This is Freeman on first and 10. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Ready.
Here's second and 8. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How things turn out for him.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Allen Bailey able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Here's Rodgers. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Rodgers' throw is taken in by Jones, and he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
To throw is Rodgers. Open man right side is St. Brown. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
It's a gain of 5.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Here's Rodgers to throw. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Allen Bailey in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
3rd and 15.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's got his man, Valdes-Scantling. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Let's go, baby.
Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
45. Mike, 45. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there now. 45. Get in there.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. There goes a deep ball. End zone. He hauls it in. Valdes-Scantling for the Packers touchdown. Marquez Valdes-Scantling with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Crosby with the extra point, and it's now 14-0.
Packers 14, Falcons nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. Going for the deep ball. He's got a man. Complete. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A big play there in the final seconds of the first half, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Tavecchio good on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. Fielded about a yard deep. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking? Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Second and long. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there, because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. He's going to air one out. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And He's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw, a free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
First and 10. At their own 22-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Strong right. Strong right. Hey, we got 3 down, 3 down. Set, go.
2nd and 11. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. 5 yards on the pickup. And just like that, it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Check curls, check curls. Buzz. Ready.
He'll look to throw. Complete to Jones. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
58 to Mike, 58, let's go.
He'll look to throw. And he gets this one to Ridley, complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. They run, Devontae Freeman. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Right 42, right hand. That's right, baby. They don't want it. Bravo. Right 42. Ready, go. Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up. Mike's 42. Mike's 42. Go.
He'll drop to throw. Just keep that eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Rashawn Gary in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. This is brought in at the 21. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Come to my work. We want.
Throwing is Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And now look at him go. 20, 10, touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 76 yards. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. A run there on first down gets them a yard to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Watch the run, watch the run.
Set hut. Mike 42, Mike 42. All right, I'm coming, I'm ready, go.
They'll drop the throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way down to the 26. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 47 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Freeman. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Well, he's going to go for it all. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. 4th down, and out comes the Falcon kicker, Giorgio Tavecchio. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. Back now here on EA Sports, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. All of a sudden, they have quite a bit of breathing room. This was a 1-score game, but touchdowns on their last 2 drives, and now comfort is here, so to speak.
It certainly is for them. I've been in this situation before. On the flip side of this, And all that's going on there is a little bit of finger pointing. Hey, what's going on? How can we stop him? Can someone make a play to try and stop this momentum?
Well, they're going to be ball hawking because they need a turnover on that other side. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run on 1st down. Singletary. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer 1st down.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the 4th quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Coming to you.
Rodgers going to throw. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. 2nd and 2. Steps away to his left. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Come on.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Rashawn Gary, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. They'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Slipping into the backfield for the sack was Oren Burks. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense?
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. And now the punt team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay.
Sack, baby, sack.
The Falcons send out their punter, standing just about on his own goal line. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Packers. returns the punt, 64 yards on the score. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. A lot of times they want this guy just to try to flip field position. He flipped it all the way into the end zone.
Yeah, the rule of thumb is, can you pick up 10 yards? That's getting a first down. Instead, he takes it all the way and provides a big spark for his team.
Extra point try now for Crosby. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Falcons 10.
So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
Return. The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. Freeman. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. On second down, Freeman. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one, and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
So don't say nothing. Check 37. Check 30. Protein spill. Ready, go.
He can run for it, and he will. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down.
It's fourth down.
You got him. You got him. Ha ha, you got him.
The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that.
Green 18. It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Packers, it's an important win in terms of staying in the postseason race as they move to 6-4. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they're going the wrong way as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.